Hi and welcome everybody, and we are live. Welcome to the Mini Me Yoga podcast. And today we have a very special guest. And in fact, these podcasts have been amazing because I've been talking to people and sharing with those people that I know that do amazing work. And this lady that you are about to meet is very special in our world of Mini Me Yoga. And welcome, Michiko. How are you over in Japan?
Well, thank you so much, Kate. I'm doing really well, and it's a beautiful spring right now. And many flowers outside. Everybody's really happy. All the animals, insects, flowers, and trees, and all the greens are living beings are all so alive now. So we're happy.
Oh my goodness, that is just amazing. That's just amazing. And here at Minimi Yoga, just to give you a recap how important Dr. Emoto's work is to us. We at Minimi Yoga, we share mental well-being programs with teachers and parents and childcare givers across the world. And we reach thousands and thousands of children every single day. And one of their most favorite things to do is to charge their water up with their magical words. And they drink their water and they say their happy word or, whatever word they want, and they charge themselves up. And that's one of their most favorite things to do.
Oh, that's amazing. That's wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that. It's so important, and that really creates the children's life really happy and peaceful and harmonious and all good things.
I know. So you can imagine this interview is going to be very well, received because we've got these children. And so I want to delve straight in. And I wondered, could you give us a bit of background? How did you find the Emoto Peace Project? What is your background? How did you start working there?
Okay. It was 2004 in March. Until then, I was writing my own books. More like a technical books on how to study English language to pass the exams and all that. And also I was a translator from English into Japanese books. And that was in March of 2004 when I finished translating one book that was about Starbucks. And then I wanted to take 3 months off, completely off. So I bought many books, about 10 books, I think, online. And 2 books out of those 10 were Dr. Emoto's books. Until then, I didn't know anything about Dr. Emoto. And when I read his books and saw those beautiful pictures of water crystals of thank you, you fool, and love and gratitude, I had all goosebumps, and I knew that was the universal truth. So I wanted to study a little more about that. So I visited his website. There, he said he was looking for someone who could help him with copyrights, international copyrights. Then I felt, well, he needs me. So that was the beginning.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful. I know I felt like that when I stumbled across it. And we say stumbled across it, but when I found out about that, it's like everything started to make so much sense. It's like, oh yeah, it's like, okay, the words that we're speaking affect us and everything. And to me, that's just, a game changer.
Right. I mean, so many people, probably almost all of us know that something there is some kind of energy or the words, positive words make something, or when people are looking at us, we feel kind of energy, those people's energy. If it's good intention, we feel something good. If it's not good, then we kind of feel something wrong. But we didn't know what exactly it was. But when I saw those pictures of this message from water, thank you, you fool, and love and gratitude, and I knew this was the truth. So then I went to visit his office because they asked me to come.
Yeah.
I went. From that time, I'm there. I was never looking for any job, but I knew that was my fate.
Oh my goodness, that's an amazing story. So can you tell us, and now I know Dr. Emoto has had a special mission with, helping children. Can you explain to us, what his wish for the children of the world was? What was his goal?
Yes, it started in 2005 in May when he was invited to United Nations headquarters in New York. At that time, so many countries were having conflicts and battles and water problems, shortage, many problems. And so different from now, we do still have problems even now, but different from now. So those people at the United Nations asked Dr. Emoto, what can we learn from this water so that we can live in harmony and create peaceful world? Then Dr. Emoto said, well, I will make the children's book of this message from water, the adult book, so that all children will learn about the truth of water. Because at school, we only learn that water is H2O. We don't learn anything any further than that. But there are so many things we don't know about water. Like, why does water go up the tree against the gravity?
Yeah.
Why does the water float when it's frozen? All the solids things become heavier when they are solid. But only water becomes lighter. So there are so many things that the scientists don't even know yet, right? Yes. And so Dr. Emoto said, he discovered by taking water crystal photos, he discovered that water absorbs all the vibrations from around it. And in the air, even though we cannot see, there's vapor, that's water. And that water is receiving or absorbing whatever I'm saying, how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, what I'm seeing, or what kind of music or whatever I'm listening or hearing. It's water that is remembering everything.
Yeah.
And then when we take the water crystal photos from whatever it is, then it changes the water molecules, right? So, but a lot of adults can be very skeptic.
Yes.
And he said the children are very pure. And a lot of times we don't even have to explain so much. They understand. And once children learn what the water really is, when they become adults in 10, 20 years, and if the children all around the world learn about it, then in 10 to 20 years, children will be living peacefully within and outside, and everybody will be living harmoniously, and the world will be a peaceful place. And that was the beginning.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And it's so interesting because, we've been doing the Dr. Emoto, the charging up the water, and we did the rice experiment. We do that in schools, and we hand out those books to everybody that comes onto our workshop. So thousands of teachers have access to it. And you're right, some of them are very skeptical, but we always say, well, why don't you try it? Why don't you give it a go? Do the rice experiment. And every person that has done it has been extremely surprised at the results, And also, they've reported back that all of the children really get it and they really understand the process because they've been able to see the water crystals and they understand it because they've seen it and they know how a horrible word makes them feel. So they get it.
I know. And so they don't really want to use harmful words, destructive words, but they want to be kind to themselves, to others, to animals, to everything, because they understand that they are really water themselves.
Yeah. And it's very interesting. We have a I don't know if you have IKEA in Japan.
Yes, we do have.
You have IKEA. You do. Well,
They have done the experiment in high school.
yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I saw that and they had these plants and they were saying horrible words to the one set of plants and then nice words to the other set of plants. And I thought, my goodness. So that in the 12 or 13 years I have been lucky enough to know about Dr. Emoto's research, now it's become mainstream.
Yeah.
And people are doing these experiments and it's like, oh my goodness.
Right. Well, it took him a long, long, long time, and it was difficult for him too, because many scientists would ridicule him at that time, and they would say, well, if this is science, why don't you just reproduce exactly the same water crystals? But Dr. Emoto was saying, I mean, on this earth, there are more than 70 billion people living, and even identical twins are different. There's no two single exactly the same thing on this earth, and that's nature. But scientists always wanted him to reproduce exactly the same water crystals. It's impossible.
Yeah, it is impossible. I mean, just the very thought of that, when I speak and say a word, I have a different context, I have a different upbringing, I have everything, and that's coming through my vibration to somebody else. I mean, that's and we know that from the voice of a mother to her baby. A baby recognizes their mother's voice straight away.
Right, instantaneously. And you know what? A friend of mine is a really well-known medical doctor. He discovered that the babies, before they were born, they already hears and everything, remembers the life before they came to their mothers. And also after they are born, they remember while they were in the mom's womb, or even before they came to this world. So it's really, and they choose their parents and they come.
Yeah, I truly believe that. And I love that. I think there's Dr. Bruce Lipton as well. He also backs that theory up. And speaking to your baby when your baby's in the womb actually shapes the cells of and the DNA of the child. So that then ties in with the Emoto Peace Project work.
Right.
So it's powerful. What we're doing here is very powerful.
It's powerful and it's so important. Everybody can benefit once they learn about this, because their life will be so beautiful, and so you can create, you can just the life you can bring to yourself, and the life that you can give to others once you really learn that.
And it's so simple. I mean, I did a post the other day, and I've got my mobile phone here, and I've got the word magical on it.
Oh.
And that's from my research with Dr. Emoto. That's because I remember that, and I say it, and I go, oh, magical, and Just to remind ourselves, it can be so simple,
Mhm,
to do this work. And I think with today's, issues that we're having with people's mental health, this is one of the number one tools that we find work with children.
mhm,
That when they are able to take control and they are able to say, I am calm, I am peace, I am, or whatever it is,
mhm,
or they're charging up their water and drinking their water, their peaceful water, or
mhm.
whatever way they do it, they say it helps them take control and they feel that change and that peace in them. So it's just phenomenal.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for doing that. Because whenever it's just our consciousness, and when once it comes to the word, it's even more powerful. And once you feel, I am peaceful, I am happy, then the water molecules change instantaneously. And that's why we all feel so good when we say that, when we even think about it.
Yeah, and I felt it when you were saying it then, and it's almost like, oh, we feel and sense it when others, so we're not just helping ourselves, and we're helping everybody around us, which is
Mhm.
just amazing.
Because we are really energetic beings, we're emitting that energy instantaneously or constantly. So if you're just happy, you're saying, I am the love, I am the light, I am peace, I am harmony, then all that energy is going out. I mean, as well as inside yourself too. So
Yeah,
everyone around us will be happy. All the pets, animals, plants, flowers, everything.
everything is, I love that. So
Yeah.
can you tell us what the Emoto Peace Project is up to now? And what is your focus now? And how can we get involved?
Thank you. Okay, what we're doing right now is, of course, we do keep distributing this book because the goal is to distribute 650 million children's books to all children around the world. And we still continue to do that. And also, the good thing is that we're focusing. Another thing is because of this lockdown, it's not very easy to send books out either. So, but the good thing is there's an organization that I was invited, and it's called One Humanity, One World, no, One World, One Humanity. And we are trying to um, give the basic education to all children around the world, even poor countries, advanced countries, it doesn't matter. All children have the right to have the good education. And so in that education, we want to include the peace education. Because when we are children, we learn how to read, how to calculate, but we never really learn what peace is. So this will be part of that program, and we will be giving this children's book to every child, every children on earth, and starting from Afghanistan, and then we'll go to South Africa and to all around other countries, hopefully within a couple of years. That's what we are focusing on right now.
That's amazing. And also, you have this book translated into lots of different languages, don't you? So it's not just in English and Japanese. Or
We have right now we have translated into 34 languages. So yeah, so I have many different versions of this children's books online, also in the website, so people can really, if they can't buy it, this is for free for children, but of course we do have ask for donations so that we can continue to deliver this book. But people can download data for free of charge from website. It's www.emotopeaceproject.net.
Emoto. I'm going to tap that into the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Emoto Peace Project. Is it .net? Did we say?
.net. Yes.
Perfect. That's in. Okay, so people can download that. That's fantastic.
Okay. So they can just download any kind of language they would like, and so that's what I'm doing right now.
My goodness, that's amazing. And we all want to get involved. So I know I speak to Matt quite a lot, and we are distributing in the UK and what have you. But anything that we can do to help, please do let us know, because this book is amazing.
This is really one of the most important. Very simple, but very powerful, and everyone can have benefit from this. So the life really changes once you start to learn about this. Once you start to know how you can change the way of your thinking, or everybody has the habit from their small. I mean, since they are small. Habit of the words that they tend to use, habit of the thoughts or emotions that we tend to have. So observe our own words or habits, then start to change the negative into positive. And how can we do that? We try to see things from the different angles and find always something beautiful and something positive. Then we can always feel good about whatever we see, whoever we are with, instead of looking at something negative, something that unpleasant, but just to see something good and positive.
Yeah, there is so much to be said for that, and I think we in our program we actually share this with the grown-ups. So we train the grown-ups, the parents, and the teachers, and we are gently reminding them that their words matter. The way they're speaking to the children, it matters.
Very important, because children learn from their parents. I mean, subconsciously, they are just remembering everything that their parents say and that parents do, and they repeat them. So to give the good education or to teach children, it's important to help parents and educators.
Yeah, because we can all find ourselves in those times of frustration, and we say those those words, and we forget how powerful the words are, and the way that they make us feel, and the way that they make others feel. So children can go home with a very heavy heart if we've been if we use certain words, but just by as you say, seeing it from a different perspective, and sharing a more positive outlook, then children can go away with it. Oh, okay, I feel supported in that.
Right. Yeah.
We've got a comment here, and it says, "I'm so glad I stopped to watch this. It's so fascinating. Can't wait to get this book for my son and look further into myself. Something about this has got me intrigued." So
thank you.
That's great.
It's like a ripple effect. Just little by little, but it will go spreading.
We're almost out of time, but could you share with us maybe something about Dr. Emoto himself? Something that because sadly, I never got to meet him.
Right.
And he's been a big part of, my learning and my journey, and that of, thousands of children and parents and teachers that we all work with. And I just wondered if you could perhaps share a little bit, because
Sure. Happy to. I was his years and a half until he passed. And at the beginning, he was the doctor of alternative medicine. And that's how he started to get into water. He was helping people with HADO. HADO means vibrational machine, and water. And that was how he was helping people. And at that time, he knew that everything was vibration. So when I met him, he was doing the research on water and also HADO consultation. And the information, the knowledge he had about vibration was just amazing. Even when he wrote many books on vibration in Japanese, they were never really translated into English. But when I read his book, the knowledge he had was so amazing. But he was so humble, and he was just one of the ordinary men. And he was very honest. So sometimes when he's upset about something, he would get mad. I mean, it didn't matter where he was, what he was doing, he would get mad. But next moment, when he knew that he was wrong, he would say, "I'm sorry." He was he was such an honest, like, truthful person. And he was very charming. So we loved working around him in his office.
My goodness, he sounds actually quite, a child. How a child is pure, like that.
Yeah, he was like a little child. Matt knows him very well.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that insight with us. And thank you.
One thing.
Yes.
Okay, one thing. This is really beneficial for everyone. He always said that water is the mirror of our spirit or our mind. So even though we say something that is not in our heart, our water really knows what we're thinking. So he always said, be honest, don't lie. And I think that was why he was always very honest with people. So
that is a gift, a real gift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you for that. And thank you for sharing. And thank you for all the work that you have continued to do. And it's just phenomenal. So we love you all very much. And thank you for, making a huge difference in so many children's lives. It's just.
Well, thank you so much, Kate, for teaching this to all these thousands and thousands of children. I'm just so touched. I feel just overwhelmed to hear that. You're reaching out to so many people, and thank you so very much.
Oh my goodness, it's been my absolute pleasure, and I see this the happiness on the children's faces, and my goodness, what a man and what a company, and thank you for so much for carrying it on and doing all you do. So thank you very much. We're sending you lots of love, and hopefully we'll get to speak to you again at some point soon.
And thank you very much to everyone who's watching us today. And I'm sending lots of love and gratitude from Tokyo. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.